Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we've got some Real Housewives of Atlanta and some Real Housewives of Potomac tea to discuss. So let's start with Atlanta. Congrats to Shamia. So she was selected on this Good Friday by the NBA team, Atlanta Hawks, to do a halftime performance of her hit single, Never Had. Of her hit single, you guys. So congrats to Shamia. Shamia, who has worked with the Hawks for a long time. She was a cheerleader there. She's been a cheerleader also for the Falcons. And, you know, they love her. They love her. She's part of like their hype team and everything else and hosting and all the things. So congrats to her. KANDI has emerged, right? Because she's been doing, you know, those Amazon lives. And I feel like she was on the brink of responding to all of the tea that is out there and responding to some of the lies, allegedly, that LaTocha Scott told in the Nene Leakes interview and the shade that Nene Leakes threw at KANDI. I feel like we were on the precipice. We were on the cusp, you guys, of KANDI just letting have. And Carmen pulled up to the live and said, no. You guys, I kid you not. KANDI had that itch. She was like, you know, I be in the blogs sometimes for things that, you know, I didn't even, you know I was going to be in the blogs for. And other times I'm in the blogs when they're not even talking about me. And it was giving. I wanted to give y'all something to talk about. I wanted to give y'all a good drag of LaTocha Scott and Nene Leakes because KANDI responded previously in less than 24 hours. The last time LaTocha Scott was talking all that nonsense in the residual song that we now know was full of lies. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense, y'all. But at least for now, KANDI's not going to respond. At least in that particular Amazon Live, she is going to ignore the questions that everyone wants to know. But any other time, she had no problem answering it. See, that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all act like these celebrities, these reality stars, don't be seeing the comments, don't be seeing the questions, just because you don't acknowledge them or whatever. No. They see it. They see everything. They see all of it, you guys. All of it. Let's talk now about Miss Porsha, y'all. Miss Porsha Williams. Because she went from saying, so she's released, I think, since an Easter video with Miss Diane, her mom. But prior to that, in episode 2, when the hot dog man, when the baby daddy, Dennis showed up, y'all, to not only pick up Pilar for the weekend, but also pick up the family dog, Peanut Butter, Williams McKinley. You know, or it might be McKinley Williams, I don't know. But nonetheless, Porsha said on that YouTube, because Dennis was like, well, maybe we should collab. Maybe I could be on your YouTube. And Porsha was like, no, we don't need any more attention from you. Because every time, you know, the like stuff pops off and this and that. And I was like, Porsha, if you're not going to stick to this, let's not say it. Only for Porsha, you guys. Less than 48 hours later. Talking about we're recording a live. We as in me and Dennis. Me and Dennis are recording a live. Ask us what y'all questions are. And I might shout you out if you're subscribed to my channel. No, Porsha! Porsha, what about what you said in episode 2? Porsha, what about episode 2? And you told the people there was no Dennis interview, there was no Dennis collab. You know what? This is gonna be a mess, you guys. This might be Porsha's highest viewed video because half the comments are gonna be, oh, I love the chemistry between you and Dennis. You and Dennis should get back together. Then there's gonna be comments, I wonder if Dennis and Porsha are still doing X, Y, and Z. That is the grown-up on the low. And then there's gonna be people, you know, amazing co-parenting relationship, da-da-da-da-da. And then people are like, you should have married him instead of Steinman, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's gonna be a whole hot mess. But nonetheless, I will be tuned in to see what happens. So hopefully it drops this weekend. It seems that Porsha is really trying to be consistent with her YouTube content, which I appreciate. I greatly appreciate it, right? Because it is forcing these other housewives to step it up. If you're paying attention. But nonetheless, you guys, and also don't forget, as of now, because I haven't heard of any cancellations yet, Kenya allegedly is supposed to be doing the YouTube video that she was supposed to do on tax day on Tuesday, is allegedly supposed to be tonight. Allegedly. But remember, Tuesday it was supposed to be live. It was supposed to be live, and then it got changed. And now it looks like it might be pre-recorded with some of your hot burning questions. But listen, I'm not going to fall for it, y'all. If she's not going to answer the questions that the people really want to know, we're gonna have to see what it's about. Let's now talk Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's talk about it. So, remember, TV Deets had exposed that as of today, 4/18/2025, the show still hasn't started filming for the new season. And remember, allegedly, Wendy was upset with TV Deets and was in those comments like, no. Except for the show still not filming as we speak. And so, per TV Deets, because this is where I saw it, allegedly, Karen Huger might be getting out of jail in November. That's why y'all saw it on the thumbnail. Gone to November. Shout out to Wyclef John, right? Gone till November, right? But I want to know specifically Ebony Williams and Carlos King. You know, you had the legal expert on there. And some of y'all other legal experts, y'all swore that Karen, there was no way she was eligible for any type of early release, and that unless it was a federal crime, that is when they typically deduct months off the sentence. So how is it, allegedly, according to Karen Huger's lawyer, that she is racking up good credits in prison and she is on good behavior? I told y'all she was gonna thug it out in prison. I told y'all that article about her being scared of the people was bogus. Now, she did try to apply for an early work release and that got denied. But I'm thinking if she's racked up enough good points and good credits now to where she doesn't have to spend the whole year in prison and get back out, I believe it was in January of 2026, and now is coming home in November of 2025. Watch it, y'all. And this is no insider information. Watch it. Y'all heard it here. What if they say, hey, let's deduct some more good credits off of your sentence and let's talk about a July or an August release, you guys. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just saying, right? Because if you can already knock off a few months right now, after just a few months in jail, I'm thinking you might be able to bump up a few more, right? Because didn't that happen? Right? We'll see what happens. Because I feel like this might happen again. Because I feel like if the pause is because of Karen Huger and the Bravo cameras want to be there front and center to document her release and document how Karen Huger is going to move after the release, why not release her in the summer? That's what I'm just putting it out there, y'all. These networks, y'all, these networks, these shows, they understand. Listen, yes, y'all can talk about how the reunion was without Karen Huger, but there was a lot of talk still at that reunion, even without Karen Huger present. And there is a reason they delayed filming. Some of y'all said when the rumors came out that they were going to resume filming and everything else, and y'all were like, see, Karen Huger isn't no Teresa from Real Housewives of New Jersey, da-da-da-da. I was like, wait. And then the announcement of the pause came. And I was like, see, I told y'all. I'm telling you now, this is no inside information. This is no tea. I have no connections to the family. Do not be surprised. And I have no legal background. But do not be surprised if she gets a summer release, y'all. Do not be surprised. And then guess what cameras are going to be right there at the courthouse? Those Bravo cameras. I'm trying to tell y'all what time it is. Now, some of y'all are going to think she needs to sit down until November to continue to do the work and understand the magnitude of everything else. But I honestly believe, I think a few months in, she's been in there since what, the end of January, mid-January, whatever. I think she's got the message of the severity of what time it is. And it's not going to be a picnic for her when she gets out either, because she still has driving privileges suspended for a year. She still has to pay that fine. And also, when she does have driving privileges after the year is up, she has to drive with an interlock device. And an interlock device is basically like a blood alcohol test that is attached to your steering wheel. You have to pass that in order for it to let you drive. Otherwise, if you blow it, you're not going anywhere. But I would think at this point, Karen Huger would just stick to utilizing an Uber, a Lyft, or a car service, or a taxi at this point, or a designated driver, or a friend, or whomever, or her kids, or her family, whoever, right? I think she's gotten her wake-up call. But it's just funny, all of the experts, they said Karen's going to be gone for the whole year. Karen's not coming back in 2025, and where are all of y'all? That's what I want to know. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.